Hello everyone. Long time no see, huh? Well, September is a pretty busy month for me, so it was difficult to sit down and do this. And truth be told, October isn't much better either. But anyway, today I'm going to take you back to the past. Oh wait, somebody else does this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bring up a topic I wanted to do for a long time, a historical topic related to the making of custom maps for Doom. Of course, in the Doom community, mapping and modding are very important and very respected activities. And they have been this way for 30 years already. Yeah, the very first custom WADs for Doom appeared as early as 1994. Impressive when you think about it. And it's important to know about them because, just as you can't build a house without a foundation, all these amazing maps and mods we have nowadays wouldn't have been possible without all the work that was done in the last 30 years. Well, sadly, nowadays you can sometimes see some negativity and condescending towards the old maps and the old map makers. And yes, I know, the old maps obviously don't have the same level of detail and polish as modern maps. But when you think about it, it's not really the mapper's fault. They had to work with very primitive tools compared with the advanced editors we have nowadays. Also, source ports didn't exist yet, so all of these old custom WADs were designed for vanilla Doom. And if there's one thing we know about vanilla Doom is that it has a lot of limitations and bugs. So when you made maps for it, you always had to take them into account and work around them. And one limitation that plagued map makers a lot was the dreaded visplane limit. Oh, the visplane limit. Basically, it's something that will cause the game to crash immediately if you break it. And there is an example in TNT Evolution, in the famous Mount Pain map. Yeah, if you no-clip to the actual mount and turn around to look at the rest of the level, you will trigger a visplane overflow and the game will crash. And of course, I'm talking about vanilla TNT. This usually isn't a problem with source ports, and you've probably noticed they're usually referred to as limit removing source ports, and one of the first limits to be removed was exactly this, the visplane limit, because it was a real big problem for map makers. You never knew where it might sneak into your map and ruin everything. So, like I said, we'll be talking about a bunch of old WADs, but also about the people who made them. You've surely noticed the strange red logo on the screen. This is the logo of the Innocent Crew. It was one of the earliest, or who knows, maybe even the earliest team of map makers for Doom. So yeah, their name was sometimes abbreviated as TIC, and that's what this logo actually is. It's the letters T, I, and C combined. So, who were these people, and what did they do? The Innocent Crew consisted of two brothers, Dennis and Thomas Mueller. They became a team in 1992, where they were making some Wolf 3D custom maps, but they were mostly active and did their most significant projects in the period from 94 to 96. And these projects include two custom episodes for Doom 1, Slaughter Until Death, which is a replacement for episode 2, and its sequel, The Evil Unleashed, a replacement for episode 3. In 95, they also made a level set for Doom 2 called Obituary. It's a bit short, it's only 17 maps, however it featured some pretty impressive custom monsters and an optional patch that adds custom weapons. For 95 that was quite mind-blowing. After this they also contributed to some bigger projects like the MegaWADs Memento Mori 2 and Requiem. Every project that the team was involved in ended up on Doom World's top 100 WADs of all time list, which was made for Doom's 10th anniversary. So, perhaps now we can take a more detailed look at these projects. Let's start with the first one, which is Slaughter Until Death, also known as Sudtik.wad. Oh, I had this one in the 90s and played it a lot, so I have a lot of memories and a lot of nostalgia for it. The file date is June 21st, 1994. It was designed for and playtested with Doom version 1.2, although it can be used with later versions, it shouldn't be a problem, and it has no problems when played in source ports, so you can try it out without any concerns. And here is a list of the levels, and you can probably notice some of the names are pretty edgy, like Flying Guts, Death Pain, Mutilated Corpses, Damn Bastards. Wow, well, at least they are quite memorable. This episode is obviously a replacement for episode 2. The difficulty is slightly higher than the original Doom levels. It was designed for experienced players overall. There are some custom textures and they look pretty good. So good that you could easily mistake them for original textures made by id Software. Well, enough talking. Let's take a look at the actual WAD. Okay, before we start, I'll just mention that I'll be using version 1.2, the one that the WAD was originally designed for. And what this means is that we'll get those weird randomized pitches for the sound effects, because that's one of the things those old versions have. Anyway, let's go to the place and we'll start it up using the old school way, manually. Okay, I think we're ready. Also notice the custom graphic for the episode name with this gothic font. And as soon as we start, we're under attack. Oh. Where are you? Ouch! So yeah, shotgunners in a cage. Monsters in cages is actually something pretty common in Slaughter Until Death. It was probably done to limit the movement of the monsters, you know, kind of turning them into turrets, or maybe to prevent you from getting their ammo, although in this case you will often be able to grab a shotgun through the bars, like this. Oh yes, sometimes you can even grab 2 or 3 shotguns, but not in this case. These guys are way too in the back. So anyway, welcome to Slaughter Until Death. This is the first level, Flying Guts. And you know what, I think I learned the word guts exactly thanks to this level. You know, back in the day I saw it, then I checked it in the dictionary, and of course this was the 90s, so when I say dictionary, I mean an actual book, you know, a dictionary on paper. And then I even had a special way of saying the name of this level. It was something like Flying Guts. Bleh. Yeah, did I mention I was a very weird kid? Anyway, being the first map, it's not very complex. It's a smaller, straightforward map. Jeez. With some shotgunners and some imps mostly, maybe a few specters here and there. Yeah, you shouldn't expect too much resistance here. And here we see one of the things typical for 90s, especially the early 90s, a focus on close quarters combat. Old school WADs are often like this. Jeez, there's a lot of them. In this level we can see one of the first examples of custom textures. Like, for example, this lovely pentagram window here. Like I said, it looks really nice, almost like it's an official texture from the game. What's in here? Oh, here's a shotgun, in case you didn't get enough in the previous rooms. Anyway, what's the second level? Ah yes, mysterious halls. It starts with this elevator-like thingy, and monsters shooting you from cages again. You can grab a backpack here. And then there's this lovely room with skulls and monsters shooting you from above. Looks kind of neat. Is there anybody else? I hope not. Ooh, Spectre. So this level has both indoor and outdoor action. Here is an outdoor area with some walkways over slime. Hidden switches. Oh yes, you need this to raise the stairs. Anyway, what about level number 3? Ah yes, The Blazed. It's a very interesting level. It starts on a crossroads of sorts with 3 locked doors and an unlocked door in this direction. I remember I was a bit nervous about playing this level back in the day. Ooh, secret? I was a bit scared of it, I'm not sure why. But anyway, what can I say about this level? It has some unusual designs here. They're like this, Takadine. Like this bridge, which can either be crossed by strafe running, or you can look for a switch down in the lava. However, there are a few specters as well, and you have to fight them while standing on a damaging floor, which isn't very nice. Oh, once again, enemies in cages. Not surprising. And here are some other highlights from this map. Like this area, for example. It looks like another strafe running jump, but it's actually a bit of a trap that teleports you somewhere else. Oh, don't fall for it. Then there is this room with the pillar in the middle. I think there are some more new textures around here somewhere, but I'm not sure where exactly they were. Oh, there it is. It's another pentagram window, but a considerably more evil version with blood and fleshy parts, and the pentagram itself is darker. Nice. And behind the yellow door there is this area where we can see this come on, this innocent crew logo made with light. And then there is this room here with these strange pillars. Level 4, Death Pain. It's mostly a tech-based kind of level with a lot of metal walls and zombies apparently. And monster closets too. How nice. Ouch! Okay, that was way too many zombies for such a small corridor. Well, here is another interesting room. Yeah, the whole level has this technology vibe to it. Oh, and this is a hurt floor. How nice. What about this? No. Okay then. Moving onward. Ah, mutilated corpses. A level that features a number of different rooms, including slimy places. Wait a sec. I need some extra firepower. Here's a slimy corridor. There's a slightly more complex room here, which it's like a crossroad, but two of the main paths are blocked off by locked doors. Well, normally I wouldn't have this blue key. And then there's this structure here which turns into a corridor under the right circumstances. it's like an early example of morphing architecture. That's too loud. The level also features this storage room with crates. Yeah, because we can't possibly have a Doom map set without some crates, right? And also this staircase here, where you can access different floors. Yeah, it's a neat feature. And there's even a small yard outside where you can go to catch some fresh air. And of course, since this is E2M5, the exit to the secret level is here. And that's the Arena of Punishment. It's a pretty large and complex level, pretty hard too. Ooh, zombies in lava pits. I didn't see this coming. So, what can I show you in this level? There is this toxic pentagram room with a lot of monsters in it. I'll just let them fight each other. There is this arena-like area. This could actually be the, you know, the arena itself. The Arena of Punishment. In the southern end of the map there is this angled maze. Well, not really a maze, but it can be a little confusing at first. And it has a lot of hit scanners in it. Way too many. And one more notable room is this really large hall here. And around the corner we can see one very rare custom texture, which usually appears only in the secret levels of the Mjolnir's map projects. Yeah, this pinky wall here. Oh, and there's someone hiding behind it actually. Oh yeah, of course there are pinkies behind it. But yeah, it's like a metal plate with a really well done like image of a pinky on it. I've always liked it very much. Anyway, let's continue. Welcome to the damned bastards. Once again we start with some enemies in a cage, because why not? The theme of the map is mostly... I don't remember. Yeah, it's tech-based but corrupted by hell, which is suitable for episode 2. Oh, look, there's even a little light here by the window. Realism! Wow, impressive. The level features this creepy fleshy area here with lots of imps. Also this weird segmented room. I think they actually move around. Just a sec. Shouldn't you be moving? Oh yeah, it's triggered in this corridor. There's something similar in E1M9 of Heretic, you know? A room with moving platforms like this. Yeah. I guess this was a relatively new thing to do at the time, even though something similar appears in the original E2M3, although on a smaller scale. Oh, come on! There's also this room with a cage of imps, which reminds me of the original E1M9 of Doom, not Heretic. Yeah, well, let's check out the penultimate map. Dehumanization. You start in this tower-like area with an elevator that moves slowly up and down, and there are various rooms around the perimeter of the tower. But the main goal, of course, is to get down. This level has a few interesting areas in terms of visual design. Like, for example, this church here. A church of imps with a baroness, the preacher. And see those windows? That's another custom texture. Oop, wait, I need some firepower. Oh, the Baron. Well, sermon is over. Ow. Yeah, that's another custom texture, this window here. Nice. Another notable part of the level is this nasty dungeon-like place with some gallows, you know, a torture room. There's some prison cells too, which are pretty small actually. Ouch. And this firing squad situation here. Ooh, it's kinda creepy. These Marines were not so lucky. Yeah, so for a penultimate level it's challenging, has some interesting stuff in it. What about the final level? Baphomet's Throne. It may seem that this map is not very easy when pistol starting it. Oh look, looks like another custom texture. However, I'll show you a little secret. There is a supply room in here where you can get some more useful stuff, including a backpack and a partial invisibility, although well, actually it is useful against hit scanners, not so much against projectile enemies. So the main feature of the level is this castle-like thing. It's cross-shaped, I think. There are small elevators that allow you to climb up. Oh, did you hear that? Of course there's a Cyber Demon fight. It's E2M8 after all. So you can get on top of the castle walls here. And inside the building is Mr. Cyber himself. And when you kill them, you end the level and win the episode. Come on! He surely has a lot of followers. But this is just an opportunity for infighting, and that's the actual throne here. Anyway, if you get to play this level set someday, you'll get to kill this guy on your own. For now, that's all I'm going to show you from Slaughter Until Death, so that I won't give too many spoilers in case you want to play it yourself. So, this map set has a sequel, which is called The Evil Unleashed, or Teutic.wad if you prefer. The file date is September 21st, 1994, so it was released after the 666 patch was already released for Doom, and that's why it was designed for this version, and that's the minimum you should use, although it should be okay with newer versions and should also work fine with source ports as well. This map set also has an optional graphical patch which replaces the fist with a kick. You know, you see Doom Guy's boots kicking enemies, and also one bit of decoration is changed to an exit sign. The patch is optional and it's specifically designed for vanilla Doom, so chances are it won't work with any kind of source port, but you're not really missing much if you don't use it. Oh, and look at this. This time the level names are not as edgy as they were the last time. They sound more normal. When it comes to The Evil Unleashed, I don't have that many memories or nostalgia about it because I played it much later, around 2005 or 6 maybe, because it was many years later that I found out that Sudtik has a sequel, Teutic. Anyway, let's take a look at it and see what it has to offer. Well, being made later, it has slightly more detail and polished level design, although don't expect miracles, of course. This is still 1994. Just once again we have a custom graphic for the episode selection. Oh, and also custom difficulty selections. We have help! Hey, don't touch me! Eat shit, zombie! I want blood! And Nightmare is still Nightmare. The first level, which was called Out of Control, I think. It's a small, more simple map, an introductory map with a hellish theme. Here's the first graphic replacement, the kick. Looks nice overall. It does exactly the same thing as the punch, except that it's a kick. Yeah. And it starts with a nice crowd of enemies. Like I said with Slaughter Until Death, the Mjolnir brothers like to make their levels difficult. And the difficulty in the Evil Unleashed is slightly increased since last time. So be prepared for that. And I don't really have enough ammo to deal with these guys. Why are you doing this? So perhaps I'll run away through the slime. Oh, of course there's a Spectre here. Anyway, that gimmick from last time, enemies in cages, isn't very common in this map set. In fact, you probably won't see it at all. I guess they decided against it after all. Ooh. Surely there are a lot of bullet spongy enemies around here and not enough ammo to go around. So yeah, don't underestimate this level, even though it's an introductory one. Here's an overview. Yeah, as you can see, not very big. Oh, here's something typical. Many levels made by the Innocent Crew have their logo hidden somewhere in the map. Although I think they dropped this tradition at some point. Anyway, let's take a look at what the other levels have to offer. Military Depot is a very kind of like a tech base with a little bit of realism, kind of like Tom Hall designed it. Ooh, a pit with enemies. Well, at least it's not a cage. Ooh, and there's a baron down there. How nice. And of course when you come here they will get up and ambush you from behind. How do you make this bridge appear though? I can't remember exactly. Why can't I hit this guy? Oh, there we go. You have to shoot a specific area. Yeah. So yeah, you can expect some machinery. Oh, so we do have some caged monsters after all. It's just not that common anymore. Well, it's a depot, so there have to be some crates in it, right? Well, here's one crate room. And barrels too. As you can see, it's a considerably larger level than the first one. And with more monsters too. So, you know, be careful. Well, let's go to the next level then. Lost Defense Base. This one actually I like very much. It may even be my favorite level in this set. Oh great. Spectre, and I only have a pistol. And it really looks like some kind of, you know, bunker or bomb shelter. There are a lot of indoor areas with claustrophobic corridors and so on. So yeah, there's a good bit of realism. Okay guys, you're really overdoing it. Here we can find... oops, sorry. If you hear a strange noise in the background, it's just my cat playing with a small ball. So you might hear an occasional bump. Anyway, from here you can access this lovely balcony. Oh, it's still too loud, jeez. This lovely balcony and an outdoor area which has a cleverly concealed secret. I like it very much, so I'll show it to you. Come on, you go here. Yeah. And you have to press the switch to get the soul sphere, but be careful, it keeps going down into the slime, so be quick about it. Unless you want to end up in the slime. So what else can we see in this level? Well, I mentioned some bomb shelter-like areas, so here is this series of corridors deep inside the base. Oh, come on. Oh, from the window we can see something like a reactor area. A bit claustrophobic, but I think it works pretty nice visually. Come on. And the corridors lead to a control room of sorts, which even has chairs in it. Some more realism. Yeah. So like I said previously, it looks like something Tom Hall would design. He favored more realistic, down-to-earth designs. Okay, let's take a look at the next level. Disastrous Unrest. I think it's a hellish map for the most part. Although the guys like to mix styles occasionally, so don't expect it to be only that. It's somewhat smaller than the previous one. Locked door. Oh, here we see another of those strafe running jumps. They seem to like them. What else can we see here? Oh, there's this big room with a slime pool and monsters shooting you from above. Not a very safe place. There's also this lovely gathering of zombies in this blue room with a rhomboid pedestal in the middle, which has the yellow key. Yeah, not a very big map, so not that much interesting stuff to see. Inferno Vortex, and I suppose this thing in the middle is the vortex? I don't know. Well, you can see a lot of varied architecture here, even some more irregularly shaped areas. Yeah, the map editing skills were definitely improving by this point. So what can we see on this map? There is this room with the lava and the stairs leading to this button. The architecture is mostly hellish, so we'll be seeing some green marble and another use of the pentagram windows, which is pretty nice. And speaking of pentagrams, we can go visit this one, which is this deep room with a red pentagram on the floor. So eerie. Also nearby was... wait, what was nearby again? Oh yeah, this huge assembly of zombie men again. It's almost like a slaughter map, but with hit scanners. Don't you just love that? And the middle area is full of them too. Not very nice. Oop. Anything else? Anything else? It seems like a somewhat smaller map, so yeah, there isn't all that much to see. Welcome to Dark Altar. Oh, I had to cut the previous map short because I felt something furry rubbing against my leg. My cat is in a strange mood tonight. And in general she is a little crazy, so... So yeah, this level starts with a pretty big ambush here. Ooh. Yikes! And you know, the way this area is built, it kind of reminds me of the start of the original E2M5. Yikes, there's a lot of stuff going on here. What else? This map mixes a lot of styles. There are some tech-based like areas, some hellish areas, this lava tunnel here. Oh, and the sewer-like thing. Wait a sec, just let me clean this area a little bit. So this is something like a sewer, and when you come up, you see this manhole cover tossed aside. It looks nice, it's like a bit of visual storytelling. And up here is this little garden-like thing with lots of zombies. Or maybe they're gardeners, I don't know. Anyway, since this is E3M6, this means that the secret exit is around here somewhere. So the next level should be Savage Zone, the secret level of the Evil Unleashed. From what I remember, it's a pretty big map. Oh yeah, it's big. And it has a lot of stuff going on in it. Some of the more interesting things include this corridor here with a lot of windows leading to an outside area. As you see, they start combining different types of rooms more efficiently, so the mapper skill was improving, obviously. And I suppose the map editors were also getting better at this point, as the architecture is definitely getting more complex. So the level has some tech-based parts and hellish parts too. Styles are mixed again. There's also this sewer-like area with lots of slime and zombies again. Because, you know, a sewer without zombies isn't a real sewer, right? And some fleshy areas too. Towards the end of the level we'll once again see this lovely pinky texture. Yeah, so it's time for the penultimate level. It is a pretty big and complex level, mixing a lot of styles. One interesting place is this checkerboard room. If you've seen Doom World's top 100 WADs of all time list, you may recognize it. That's the screenshot they've included for the Evil Unleashed. This exact room here. Well, look at that, the runes also seem to be infested with crates. Wow, there's really a lot of stuff going on here. And when you reach the end of the level, you can see the second custom graphic oh, come on, seriously? The second custom graphic included in... oh, come on. Sorry about that. In this map set, this exit sign. Oh, that's actually one of the decorations in Doom. You probably remember that thing like a floating piece of burning rock with some skulls on it. Well, that's it. It's just modified by the patch into an exit sign. And it looks pretty nice. And here we see both modified graphics simultaneously. The exit sign and the kick. Kick 'em, kick 'em. Yeah. So on to the final level, which is Raise. Now this level is like a sequence of fights, culminating with a spider mastermind, of course. But the Mjolnir brothers made a little oopsie here, and the oopsie is that they also included a cyber demon on this level. And this is a problem because when you kill the cyber demon, the level will end prematurely. At least that's how it works in Vanilla Doom. So yeah, it's like a giant pentagram arena. First you open this sector with a lot of zombies, lots and lots of zombies. Pressing the next button will open another sector, this time with imps. That's right, guys, come get some rockets. The next is a sector full of specters, and it has some healing too, which is useful considering how many enemies there are around here. Oops. Go away! And here's the sector with the cyber demon. So if you don't want the level to end, try not to kill him. The best thing to do is probably to trick him into fighting the spider, you know, kind of like map 20 of Doom 2. And here's the spider, finally, the real final battle of this level and of the Evil Unleashed. And that's how it ends. So, overall, yeah, level design definitely improved, became more complex, slightly more difficult. You can see the progress as the guys learned how to make their mapping better. But all of this is nothing compared to what came next. Oh, Obituary. This project was so ambitious that it put the previous two in its little pocket, and the inclusion of custom monsters and weapons, and I don't mean just custom graphics, actual new weapons that have a different effect. And remember, that's 95 we're talking about, so that was quite impressive. So let's take a look at it. I think I played Obituary for the first time in the year 2000 or maybe 2001. I don't remember exactly. But what I definitely remember is how scared I was, because this WAD is really tough. Yeah, if you think Slaughter Until Death and The Evil Unleashed were tough, you haven't seen anything yet. This is the kind of WAD that can really cut you down to size. So it's a Doom 2 WAD, which means it includes all the new monsters and the super shotgun. And it also has a patch with custom monsters. Hell Knights are replaced with a super imp. Imagine an imp that shoots like green Baron fireballs and moves slightly faster. The imp itself is replaced with something that I'm going to show you a bit later. Let's keep it a surprise for now, because it's really nasty. And the Wolfenstein SS is replaced with a guy, I think it's called the high-tech guy or the Predator enemy. You'll see it's a very interesting thing. And one thing I should mention is that the patches included with Obituary have pretty much no compatibility with modern source ports. Very problematic. However, someone made patches which should make it playable even on GZ Doom. I'll link to that in the video description. Here's the list of levels. Nothing edgy this time around. The name of map 7 sounds oddly familiar. There's one secret level, and the final map, map 16, has an icon of Sinfight, although it's slightly different from the original one. Oh, and the weapons patch, it's an optional patch. You can actually install Obituary without it. And it replaces 4 of the weapons. The fist becomes the kick again. It's the same kick we saw in The Evil Unleashed. The pistol becomes the double pistol, also known as the Desperado pistol. Oh, it's really cool. You'll see it. The plasma gun becomes a flamethrower. Oh, it's really lovely. And the BFG becomes some kind of sonic amplifier thingy. You'll see it, don't worry. But before we start, let's take a look at the title screen. Yeah, Obituary has a title screen and it's amazing. Just look at this. Oh, it's beautiful. It's one of the best title screens I've ever seen in a custom map pack. It almost looks like a cover for a metal album, don't you think? Well, guess what? It really is one. This image was borrowed and, well, slightly adjusted and colorized from the cover of an album called Worship Him by some band called Samael, a black metal band as far as I know, but I haven't really had a chance to hear their music, so I don't really know anything about it. So yeah, now that we've seen this, we can finally dive into the game itself. Wait, what do they call it? Yeah, I think I made a batch file this time because several WAP files need to be loaded. So, let me just mention this. Yeah, because of the patches, Obituary actually has an installer. Well, 2 installers actually, like a special program that installs it and a simple solution which is a batch file, and you can use whichever one you prefer. And it applies graphical patches, dehacked patches, and yeah, well, let's start anyway. Here's this lovely image again. Let me adjust the sound a little bit. We don't want it too loud. Like this? Yeah, like this. And we immediately see one of the new weapons, the double pistol. Let me show you. Oh, isn't this lovely? And when we exit this place, we'll immediately run into one of the new monsters, the super imps. You probably can't see them in the dark, but you can see the green fireballs they shoot, and they hurt a lot. Remember, these are replacements for the Hell Knights. And chain gunners, of course, as soon as the map starts. Hello, Mr. Imp. Wow, super imp. Wow, they really are powerful. So yeah, don't mess with the super imps. Yeah, let me give you a better look at them. Here they are, and notice how even they made a graphic for the shooting. When they shoot, there's... Oh, come on! There's this little green flame around their claws. Wow, that's some really nice attention to detail. Right here. Yeah, these guys will kick your butt, but at least they look really nice while doing it. Now, what's the second custom enemy? Okay, this thing is a replacement for the imp, since we already have super imps, and it's one of the nastiest things I've ever seen in a custom WAD. Gentlemen and ladies, meet the rocket zombie. Yeah, a zombie that shoots rockets like a cyber demon. And they often appear in, you know, such confined spaces where you can't escape from the splash damage. Yeah, you may think, oh, how bad could it be? Believe me, if you play Obituary, you will hate these guys. You'll have nightmares about them. They're really, really deadly. And sometimes they're put in hard-to-reach areas so they can launch rockets at you from there. However, for all their nastiness, rocket zombies have two weaknesses. The first one is that there's a slight delay when they shoot, so if you can see them, you can probably dodge in time. And the second weakness is, well, let me show you. Yeah, they're vulnerable to their own splash damage, so you can often trick them into blowing themselves up. Well, thank heaven for little favors like this. The third and final new enemy is, like I said, high-tech guy, also known as the Predator, and the best place to see him is here at the beginning of map 7. So yeah, it's a guy that kind of turns invisible and then stalks you. Yeah, super shotgun works pretty nicely against them as well. By the way, look at this, it seems their guns are on their elbows, so they cross their arms and shoot you from the elbows. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's a pretty cool enemy, although it's used very sparingly, sadly, unlike the rocket zombies and the super imps. So, going back to the custom... wait a sec. To the custom weapons, like I said, we have the kick again. Yeah, it's the same thing as in the Evil Unleashed. We have the double pistols. And then we also have the flamethrower. What does it do? Well, let me show you. Holy cow! That was fun. I think it does slightly more damage than the original plasma gun, however the range is limited. As you can see, the flames drop down eventually. It's easier to see when you're upstairs. Oh, guess who's here? Hello there. And bye. So yeah, the flames drop down and that's why you can't hit enemies that are far away. But still, it's a pretty lovely weapon. And if you ever play Obituary, I suggest you use the custom weapons, because that's how you'd get the most genuine experience from this level pack. Ooh, rocket zombies. Hate these guys. And the final weapon is this sonic amplifier thingy, which replaces the BFG. The sound effect doesn't work ever. Oh, it worked now. Notice that it doesn't launch a projectile, like it hits the enemies immediately. I think I've seen the graphic for this weapon used in some other mod, but I can't remember exactly which one. Yeah, so that's the new custom content. As for the levels, this time I won't show you everything in detail, I'll just show some quick highlights here and there. Oh, seriously? You start a level and there's a rocket zombie immediately in your face? Ooh, morphing architecture, nice! That's map 3, what was its name? Halls of Confusion, I think. And indeed, it's a pretty confusing level for the most part. It does have one new interesting feature I can show you, and that's this destructible Space Marine Corps. I think this is actually a replacement for the Commander Keynes. Yeah, it's definitely this. We can see a number of, custom textures throughout the levels. Like, for example, oh, rocket zombies! Like, for example, this bloody pentagram on the wall. Looks really neat. Yeah, eat desperado justice, you zombies. Or these metal crates with something green leaking out of them. Yeah, some really nice touches throughout these levels. There is also this really cool door with a pentagram and 666 and some symbol in the middle. Yeah, it looks good enough to be an original texture. Almost surprised id Software didn't make it. Of course, if it isn't rocket zombies, it's gonna be chain gunners or super imps. Oh, by the way, that's what the flamethrower pickup sprite looks like. Nice! Another crossroads. Is this the Blazed again? Ooh, caution, more custom textures. It's sometimes possible to hit enemies above, although not always, because... See that? The rocket zombie blew himself up, and the chain gunner! I love it when that happens. That's one of their main weaknesses. Eventually we'll reach the final level, called Conclusion. Wow, more rocket zombies. And by the way, since they are a replacement for the imps, they will appear in the Icon of Sin fight, because the Icon of Sin can spawn, yikes, imps. Yes, this guy can one-shot you. Isn't that lovely? So yeah, you'll be seeing them here again. There's no salvation. And there surely is a lot of them. And notice how they almost look like the original Zombie Man, but... oh, jeez! But they modified their faces to look even more distorted and evil. The Mjolnir brothers knew what they were doing. There's nothing accidental here. They wanted to create something horrible, and they did. Something that a generation of Doomers would fear. Yeah, not so tough now, are you? Ooh, finally. So once you enter this area, you see this pillar? That's the Icon of Sin. Well, as for the actual fight, well, that's something for you to discover, so I won't show the whole thing. Just keep in mind that it will be tough. Yeah. Anyway, that was Obituary. It was the Innocent Crew's last solo project. Well, it is quite impressive. If you have an opportunity to play it, do so. It's quite an experience. So after they were done with this, the Mjolnir brothers also participated in the Memento Mori megawatts. In fact, some people would say that they spearheaded them. Maybe it's true. And they even contributed one level to Requiem. These are some pretty famous and cool megawatts. And perhaps I'll talk about them, but yeah, that's a story for another time. We'll see when. Also, they did a number of deathmatch maps for Doom 2 and Quake, though I haven't really looked at them. But yeah, around 96, 97, they pretty much stopped doing stuff. But yeah, I think they have a legacy that's worth mentioning, worth remembering. Even if today's Doom community isn't very positive about 94 maps or, old school mapping overall. Anyway, guys, I'm really glad I found the time to do this. I hope you like this format of, jumping around levels. I wasn't very sure about it. Perhaps in the future I'll change it up a little bit because it seems a little messy, I'm in one room one moment, then in another, blah blah blah. So anyway, guys, well, thanks for watching and see you next time, whenever that may be. Like I said, October could be pretty busy as well, but I will try to find some time. Because, beside work you should also have some fun, right? Well, goodbye.